my life is an open book, innit? I'm not really scared to say things, and I'm not really scared to talk about my experiences. So if I do put up my art out there, it's already because I've separated myself and my experience from the art. I feel like the novelty of seeing anything live now has kind of been taken away because everyone's trying to show someone, they're trying to show on their story, I was at this concert, da, 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 da. So I feel like there are so many double standards in the music industry and in terms of who gets cancelled and who doesn't. When corporations and stuff get behind LGBT or Black Lives Matter, it's always going to be performative because they don't give a fuck about us. They just care about our coin.
So that one was called Rent by Dreads. Shout out to him, friend of the show, had him on a few times. But right now we've got another amazing artist in the building. We have Kayowa. What are you saying?
Hey, how are you?
I'm good. Thank you for coming on.
Thank you for having me.
South London's very own. I know you're a proud South London girl.
Yeah, that's me.
How did that influence like you creating music, being from the south of the river?
That's a really good question. I feel like this is a bit of a strange one because I have an older sister who's 6 years older than me. So like when I was 6, she was 12, of course. But literally growing up, I'd always listen to grime, and I'd always listen to that kind of, Channel aka Channel U kind of music, like old school grime and stuff. So I don't know if South has really influenced me, but I'd say definitely like artists from South that I used to listen to growing up: Sneak Bo, Political Peak, and
Johnny Guns.
So the caliber of those artists have definitely influenced my style.
Like, now I think about it, because I used to listen to like a lot of street rap back in the day, like 2011, 2010.
Same,
These came out, Johnny Guns, Sneak Bo. Like, I didn't actually. Now I'm thinking about it, they're pretty much all from South.
Yeah,
literally. So is that what like inspired you to then start producing and then, or?
No, surprisingly, I think for me, what inspired me to start producing was I listened to a mixtape in 2015 by Kali Uchis called Drunken Babble, and it's not on any like platforms or anything, it's just on YouTube, so it's underground, no one knows about that. But after I heard that she fully did everything herself, like from the mixing, mastering to the production and the sampling and all of that stuff, I was like, hold on, I can do this. And because my sister used to have like a MacBook Pro, like the white one, the old school one, I'd play GarageBand, I'd use GarageBand on that like as a kid, and kind of dabble into Logic sometimes and see what I could do and just practice. So
No, really. I mean, so did you start writing music first prior to producing it, or did it all kind of like happen at the same time?
It all happened at the same time. So I started doing like piano lessons from 3 or 4, and then I literally started writing songs from like 5, and producing came around when I was in like year 5, so like 9, 10-ish.
Nice.
Yeah.
That's kind of crazy, because like I think when I was 9 or 10, like I had no like kind of aspirations to like want to produce and make my own music.
Yeah.
I did guitar lessons and like piano lessons, but they was all like by force, slightly.
Same as my piano lessons. Like, I didn't want to go to any of them, but I think because like growing up and my parents were playing Michael Jackson in the house and stuff, I just listened to it and then I'd copy it on the keys. So I play by ear normally, and my parents were like, oh my god, like you're gonna get some lessons because this skill is, you're not gonna, like, they were like, you need to sharpen this skill ASAP. So
that's sick.
Even though the lessons were shit, I'm kind of happy that
like, are you happy that your parents pushed you to do that?
Yeah, definitely.
How have you been? Like, obviously the coronavirus has been killing us all right now, especially like creators, musicians. How you been holding up during this period?
You know what, like over the past couple months I've been so disoriented, I've been so confused, I've been so all over the place, just because like I haven't really been able to hone in on my creativity, and I, like, as I mentioned previously as well, I have just moved house, so it's like trying to create in the midst of all of that, and then trying to be an adult at the same time, pay rent, pay bills. Ooh, like it's a lot, but yeah, I think it's coming round now. Like as society is starting to like get back on track, it's weird, I feel my creativity getting back on track as well. So yeah, Corona was weird. Like in the beginning I was creating bare, but like towards, I don't know, it just got to a point where when I just couldn't do anything.
Yeah.
And it lasted after like lockdown had been lifted as well.
So I think we should get into one of your tunes though.
Okay.
One that's produced by him.
Okay.
This one's called Riding. I played this on my show quite a few times, to be fair.
Fabulous.
Riding in the city with you. I even lost my phone when we were picking up the food. Don't know what to say, I guess I'm not in the mood.
I guess I'm
Don't
not
look into my face, I ain't trying to be rude.
I ain't trying to
Trying to impress me. I ain't that kind of girl who would fall for you.
So what was the inspiration behind that song?
We're gonna get into it. Okay, so literally I spent a day with someone that I didn't want to spend the day with. I was coerced into doing things and I ended up spending the day with him, and I just wrote a song about it. I was so pissed off. I was like, you know what? Fuck it, fuck him.
When you say like coerced, like what does that particularly mean?
Being persuaded into doing something that you don't want to do.
Yeah.
And it's like the person doesn't stop until you say yes. So it was, it just, like, now it's weird because now that the song is doing numbers, I have so many memories attached to the song and all of that. But I'm not complaining, you know what I mean? It's an experience. I just...
Yeah. But I suppose if you're like, it's a way of expressing yourself, and if the song blows up, it blows up, innit?
Yeah.
Do you think, because of like how big the song might get, do you think that will like make you, and like it kind of makes you like relive that moment a little bit?
Oh, not really.
Oh, it doesn't. Okay.
No, I'm the kind of person that, like, my life is an open book, innit? I'm not really scared to say things, and I'm not really scared to talk about my experiences. So if I do put my art out there, it's already because I've separated myself and my experience from the art.
Okay.
Fair enough. Like, the art was inspired on something that I went through, or a negative emotion, or whatever, or a bad experience, But like, that's not me. I don't know. It's a bit. I don't know if it's disassociative, but it's like, yeah, I think I kind of have to do that in order to like move forward. Yeah,
it's a way of you like getting over that pain and that suffering.
Yeah.
No, yeah, because my question was going to be like, would that kind of like, because but you already said you don't really live the moment, but I was going to say, like, would it stop you from making like music about negative emotions more?
No, I do it all the time. Most of my SoundCloud, like I treat my SoundCloud like my diary.
Yeah.
It's basically like all of my songs, my emotional songs, when I've just had enough of the world and I'm really upset. I just want to make a song and I'll just put it onto SoundCloud. That's like a lot of those experiences are like there.
I think obviously, like, as the world's progressing and stuff, maybe like less of that stuff will happen as well.
Hopefully.
Yeah, no, fingers crossed. And yeah, I mean, obviously, like recently as well, like with it, I feel like, I mean, there has been like a lot of calling out and stuff like that. With like someone from South London as well, like Cosmo Pike. Yeah. I mean, I don't really know too much about it, like, because obviously you're from South. Would you know more like about that situation? Like, did you ever hear anything about him when you were like coming up? Or
I've heard loads of stories. His best friend tried something with me as well, Ruben.
Mad.
But like luckily nothing happened, and I dodged the situation before it happened, so that's good. But I've literally since 2017 I've been hearing rumors since that Colours video came out, like I think last year or the year before. I've been hearing stories about Cosmo Pike.
Really? Because I haven't heard. I mean, I'm not really like involved in his circle or anything like that, so I haven't really heard anything, and like it's kind of like, it's really like upsetting, you know, like when you like know, and well, you think you know an artist and you like really enjoy their music, and then like you hear all this stuff about them, and then they don't even like say anything, which just shows they're guilty. Do you know what I mean? And like deleting Instagram posts, like all this stuff, like
literally,
it's just it's a horrible time. Do you know what I mean?
Man.
And I just think like we should, and I think people should, like artists, and especially like male artists, like check their friends and stuff like that. Yeah, because it's like it's not right at all. Like it boggles me. It makes me like just really like angry to think that like you'd have a friend that would do that and you wouldn't say anything. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Really bizarre behaviour.
I know.
Anyway, let's get back to the music because that's what you're here for. You've got some exclusives to show us. I'd love to hear one. What would you like to show us first?
Chillin'.
I only smoke with women, fuck the patriarchy. Say goodbye to toxic masculinity. Chillin' with me, if you chillin' with me. Baby, come correct and don't manipulate me. I see through the deceit. You cannot take the heat. You only wanna beat, so I'ma skeet.
have you missed kind of performing live during this whole period of time?
Yes, I have. And I had a show recently and I was so shy. I was like, I'm not a shy person. Why am I shy all of a sudden? And
how recently?
It was like 2 weeks ago. It was a live session. It wasn't really a show. But it was just a live recording.
Okay.
Yeah, like I just felt so shy, and it was just because I've missed performing. I haven't performed in a while, so yeah, I've definitely missed it.
Did you have to cancel any shows before the coronavirus?
About 4 or 5.
Oh really?
Yeah,
that's really unfortunate.
Yeah, but they're gonna happen in October, November, so I'm not too fussed about that.
Do you think they're going to be social distancing events though? Are people going to be standing at 2 meters apart?
Weird. In restaurants how there are screens everywhere.
Yeah.
That would be so weird. Imagine to go into to a concert, you can't even mosh or anything because of all the screens everywhere. That would be super weird. But I wouldn't put it past them.
Have your own little pods.
Oh my god, imagine. And they'll have headphones in each pod, and then you have to listen. No, gross.
Yeah.
But
I feel like that's where we're moving towards though, especially even virtual reality. People are gonna just be watching concerts from their home.
Yeah.
Which is a horrible thing to think about.
Crazy experience. It's so different. It's so different from just being there and just feeling the energy in the room, absorbing all of the vibes and the music and everything.
How do you feel about phones at shows? Because you're talking about obviously being in the moment, vibing to the music. I feel sometimes these days, when you go to concerts, more time it's just
show.
Yeah, it's more time people just
That's
on their
true.
phone and it's kind of sad when I watch old Wembley concerts, watch Queen at Wembley. It's everyone 90,000 people just in the moment watching Freddie Mercury perform. It's something just so magical about that. Do you think that's been kind of taken away because of our mobile devices?
That's the thing, in a way, yeah, because I feel to be fair, technology itself is a neutral platform. Do you know what I mean? It depends on how you're using it as a person. It depends on your energy, and it depends on what you want to intend to use it for. But I mean, going to a concert and then seeing everyone's phones out, and when artists are oh, everyone get your phones out, I'm just oh, that is so cringe. Don't do that, baby, don't do that. But I feel the novelty of seeing anything live now has kind of been taken away because everyone's trying to show someone, they're trying to show on their story, I was at this concert,
Fully. Who's your favorite live, what's your favorite concert that you've ever been to, would you say?
I saw Beyonce in 2016.
Wow.
That was Lemonade Tour. That was
crazy.
One of probably the best concert that I've been to, but I wouldn't say that was my most favorite performance. I mean, Beyonce is Beyonce, do you know what I mean? Nothing's ever going to take away the fact that she's just amazing. But
I suppose on paper it might have been the best one you ever seen, but what personally would you say really touched you? You came away from that that was magical?
I Am DDB's concert in 2018 at Coco Camden.
Wow.
That was a very magical night for me because at the time I really needed her music. A lot of people say that, you sound like I Am DDB, and it kind of grinds my gears because I do respect her so much as an artist, but do you know what I mean? I just don't see the similarity. But
I don't really see a similarity either, to be honest with you.
People hear riding and they're all is this I Am DDB? I'm no. No, it's not. But no, that concert was magical, and she gave everyone roses, and it was just so beautiful. And at the time, I was in Portsmouth, innit? So I was going through such a hard time, and her music just really uplifted me because she was just I'm a bad bitch, and what? I'm black, I'm cool, I'm she was just what I needed at the moment. And
of course.
I'd never ever seen a black woman be so fierce in this UK scene. I mean, you see Nadia Rose and Lady Leisha, but they're kind of, that's the rap that I don't normally listen to. I listen to a few songs, but I'm not really a fan. I can't lie. So when I hear I Am DDB's music is what I can relate to, and hearing what she talks about and sings about, I'm just been there, done that, worn the t-shirt, taken it off, worn it again. So that was a really beautiful concert for me.
Let's get to one of your exclusives though.
Okay, cool.
What exclusive are we gonna go for?
I'd say Babylon.
Babylon, yeah?
Yeah, Babylon's important.
And austerity, I say this with sincerity. They try erase my history as if it's only slavery. Oh, what do you make of me? What do you make of me? Cause we in Babylon. Fuck Babylon. The price of healthy food is a leg and a no.
Yeah, what inspired that tune?
The current state of how everything's been for the last 400 years. Slavery, and just how colonialism has really impacted the black community and has really tarnished our culture, and our norms basically. So the whole song is just like, there's like in the beginning of the song I'm basically just saying that, like in the chorus actually I'm basically just saying that the price of healthy food, it costs a leg and an arm. Like no one can afford organic shit, is so fucking expensive. Like why is it that McDonald's is £3, but for me to get like really good food that's gonna last me for at least a day, why is that a good £7 or £8? Do you know what I mean? Like,
it's because they don't want us to be healthy.
Of course they want to kill us. Slowly but surely they want us to
like if you're weak and you're in fear, like you're just like a lot more easily controlled.
Definitely.
We're not really educated, and like I've read, isn't it someone that wrote a book said eat to live? Who was that?
I'm not sure about that. I've never heard that before. You're putting me on. I want to hear about this.
It's written by someone from the Nation of Islam. I think the guy who founded it, he wrote a book called Eat to Live, and he obviously talks about how, like, you know, I think he was obviously, more talking towards black people about how they shouldn't really eat meat, and like they should more eat like fruit
and not eat dairy.
I mean, no one should eat dairy.
No one should be eating that.
Yeah.
But it's like, I think black people are more prone to being lactose intolerant.
Yeah.
So I think I was watching this documentary about it, and it was saying that like around black people, a lot of black people find that they have like leg problems in like their 60s and 70s, and it's actually from dairy. Like build up of dairy fucks up your body.
Yeah,
like,
of course.
Literally, I had Ben and Jerry's last week for the first time in 4 months. I was on the toilet for a day. I kid you not. That shit really, really fucked with my immunity. So
that shit, yeah. Pardon the pun.
Literally, no pun intended, poet, and I didn't even know it. Nah, for real, for real.
No, yeah, it's hard. Like, yeah, it's obviously. I think nowadays though we're kind of waking up a little bit.
Definitely
waking up more, especially like with everything that's been going on. Did you like attend any of the protests?
Yeah. I only went to one. I wanted to go to more. Apparently there are. I think there are going to be protests from now from like every Sunday in Whitechapel. So I'm going to try and go to a few. The reason why I only went to one, and I wanted to go to like the other one. So this is interesting because I actually followed my intuition.
Okay.
The day that I didn't go was the day when all the riots broke out, and when the police actually like cordoned people for like hours. My friends went there. Imagine, they were meant to leave at like 6. They were meant to go home at 6. They were there till 11. They didn't get home till like 1:30.
Yeah.
So I was meant to go with them, and I'm happy that I didn't go. And from then from hearing that, I've kind of been not scared, but I've been very apprehensive to go to another one. But I do want to go to the next one.
Yeah, of course. I mean, it's definitely like it's quite a dangerous, you know, setting, like being at a protest, you know, because you never know what like the police are gonna do, you know, how they're gonna act, like what's gonna trigger them, or like. So yeah, like I went to one as well, and yeah, no, it was definitely like a positive experience for me.
Definitely.
And like for everyone, I think more people should do it and go.
Yeah, you feel the love. It's so overwhelming. It's beautiful, man. I loved it.
One person that like used to do a lot of this before it was even trendy was obviously Kanye West.
Yeah.
George Bush doesn't care about black people.
I feel like it was very performative.
Oh, you think so?
I remember watching that on the VMAs years ago. Like, I was just like, there are ways and there are ways.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean?
But how do you feel like about him, obviously now? Like, were you ever a fan of his music?
Yeah, and I still am.
Yeah.
So I'm kind of annoyed. I'm kind of torn because I love Kanye, man. I fucking have, like, there's always going to be a space in my heart for him, but he's taking the piss right now. Like, honestly, I don't really know what he's going through, and apparently he has got bipolar. So he has got bipolar. So I don't want to speak too much on something that I don't really know about. But from the statements that he's made so far, and the whole Make America Great Again, the whole alliance with Donald Trump just really did irritate me. And from then I was just a bit like, yeah, you're annoying. Yeah,
like, well, yeah, of course. I mean, but do you think like a lot of this is coming from like maybe mental health issues he has? Do you think like his family should be doing a better job of like looking after him? Because I feel like, you know, he shouldn't be on stage, you know, basically bawling his eyes out over like potentially like aborting his child. Do you know what I mean? It's
that's
like
deep.
Yeah, it's super deep, and like that's something that, you know, it's private, you know, you don't
bring that to everyone.
Like you're agreed. And I feel kind of sorry for him almost right at this point, to be fair. Like at one point I was like, this guy's a fucking dickhead, but now like it's just like it's almost sad.
It's true. I think after hearing about the bipolar thing as well, I was kind of a little bit more, I don't know if the word I'd use is patient, because he's not my friend. I don't have a reason to be patient with him. I'm dead. But I kind of Yeah, I kind of
just don't want to see anyone suffer in it.
Yeah, but at the same time, like, I feel like the same people that are like saying, oh, like, Kanye, we're keeping you in our prayers, are the same people that are laughing at Megan Thee Stallion being shot. So I feel like, sorry, I know I'm going off topics.
No, that's cool.
So I feel like there are so many double standards in the music industry and in terms of who gets cancelled and who doesn't. Do you know what I mean? Kanye should have been cancelled from the statements that he's been making over the past 5 years, but I feel like because it's Kanye, no one wants to.
Do you think cancel culture is healthy though?
No.
Yeah.
But at the same time, I'm very like fiery. Like if I'm annoyed, I'm annoyed, and everyone's gonna know about it. I don't have an issue with relaying how I feel in the moment.
Yeah.
I will happily cancel someone if they've said some out of line shit that was said this year.
Twitter was a mad place back in 2011, 2012.
True.
People weren't politically correct at all, you know, colorist, homophobic.
Defo.
You know, no one was there to like tell them, you know, this is wrong, what you're saying is wrong. Do you think we should give people time to actually grow and learn and not like just be like, no, you're cancelled, like you should have all these opportunities taken away from you, you should have all your jobs taken away from you? Like they're never going to learn that way. Like, I don't know. True. How do you feel? Yeah, that's
a really good question. I think the thing is, no one will ever know if someone's changed or if someone's learned, because it's do you know what, you can fool everyone. You could literally say some racist shit on Twitter in 2011 and then in 2020 be like, oh no, that was back then, and you can create this facade that you've changed, but only you know that you've changed. Do you know what I mean? Like other people, they're only looking from the outside in. So I feel like how would you monitor that? You know, how would you?
I just think like just monitoring, like, do they still say these things?
Yeah.
Like, dude, like, are they portraying the messages that they once portrayed back in the day? But are they saying they're sorry? Are they apologizing? Are they be like, you know, I am really, really sorry that I did this. You know, I really didn't mean it. I was ignorant back then, you know. Well, you all said, like, when I was younger, I definitely said some ignorant ass shit, like in school. I went to an all boys school. You can imagine the amount of homophobic shit that was getting thrown around there. And, you know, I'm not proud of it, and I'm 23 now, so I've obviously learned a lot from there. But I feel like if someone went to my year 8 self and judged me on that, like, it just, you know what I'm saying? Like, it doesn't really make sense.
It's true. Honestly, I agree. I agree.
Like, because we all change, like, over time. Like, I think if you're not changing, you're not growing, and if you're not looking back at what you used to say and cringing, then you're not evolving.
Exactly.
And we all have to evolve.
And do you know what? I feel like it's a pride thing if you don't admit your past mistakes as well. I feel like so many people are, and this whole like BLM campaign and movement, this whole thing has taught me that so many people are just scared of saying, okay, I was wrong a couple years ago, I'm sorry, you know what I mean? I hold my hand up to that. I'm gonna try my best to do better from now, and to learn, and to just, do you know what I mean? And to just open my mind. Yeah. Just raise Earth's vibration in general. So I feel like we need to normalize being wrong, and we definitely need to normalize apologizing. Fully. 100%.
That's why I don't think cancel culture is.
True. Yeah. I'm on your side now. You know what? Before, like, I didn't really cancel anyone because I don't really stan anyone, to be fair.
How do you feel like, also, obviously, you know, the Black Lives Matter movement is like a super positive movement right now. It's doing really good things. Do you think that, like, there's been certain things that have happened that have, like, there's like a lot of actors that have come out and said, like, we're not doing, you know, brown characters because we're like white voices. Do you think that's like kind of like they're kind of distracting from like the real issues and just saying like, oh, we're doing this so everything's fine?
Definitely.
But like,
because I'm sure there are no black people in their headquarters and stuff.
Like in actual positions of power, do you know what I mean, that will have a say in the room. I just think like there's just like this like show.
When corporations and stuff get behind LGBT or Black Lives Matter, it's always going to be performative because they don't give a fuck about us. They just care about our coin.
I know. Yeah.
So it's like,
it's all in the name of capitalism.
Literally, it's so annoying.
Like, do you think if this didn't happen, that the white actors would come out and be like, we're not doing brown voices anymore? It's because they want to save the shows. Do you know what I mean? Because if they don't do that, then people might come after them and everything. But it's at the end of the day, there's bigger issues that people have to be solved. Actors are the most annoying people ever.
Did you watch the video of all of them? the Black Lives Matter. Oh, we're sorry. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. Take your white guilt somewhere else. Like, oh my god.
Yeah, it's so boring. But yeah, we're coming to the end of the interview. I really, really want to thank you for coming on. It's been an absolute pleasure.
Anytime.
We've got like one question for you.
Okay.
We end it on with all our guests. So if the world is ending tomorrow, What is one thing of yours that you want a new life form or a new species to find that would represent who you are? Like what really represents your character?
My weed. I'm joking. I'd say my plants. But no, the world would end is, so no one's really finding my plants. Oh, this is such a hard question.
I know.
Something that I think is me, something... Oh, my jewelry.
Your jewelry.
My jewelry, yes.
Do you have an item of jewelry that you really love?
I have these earrings that I really like fuck with. My godmother gave them to me last year, and I've been wearing them almost every day. I'm not wearing them today, but like these earrings that I have on now are one of my favorites as well. So I just have like boxes of jewelry in my room, and I just have loads of earrings and necklaces and bracelets everywhere. So
jewelry, amazing. So shout out your Instagram, where people can find your music, all that good stuff.
So my Instagram is Kayowa, which is 1 KAYOWA. Same as SoundCloud, same as Twitter, same as everything. You can find my music on SoundCloud, Spotify, Apple Music, Tidal, everywhere. And that's Kayowa. Yep. Oh yeah, my name is Kayowa for you guys that don't know. For y'all who don't know.
So this has been Kayowa, BabyFace Music Network Radio. Follow us at BabyFace Music _Twitter and on Instagram. We're gonna end on one more Kayowa tune. This one's called Nice to Me.
Yeah.
Another exclusive. So thank you for coming on.
Thank you for having me. It's been a pleasure.
Always. So guys, stay blessed, stay beautiful. Peace.
Love.